Hi guys, in this video we are mainly going to focus on some collection topics. So in that I'm mainly focusing on list and map because of when you know the list, you will get to know what is set and the queue also. They have some minor differences like sorting and some duplicates. Set don't allow duplicates and duplicates allowed in the list. Apart from some minor difference are remaining all the same in this part. And coming to this part, that map interface, it is not index based, it is completely like key value pair. So it is what is key value means when we create an employee object, in that employee object we can make any variable as any field as a key to retrieve that particular employee object in that map provide that kind of facilities compared to a list. That's why we are going to see like what is the difference between an list and map. So these are like utilities provided by Java people itself. A list is like interface. They have some class implementations also, like array list, linked list. Similarly, for map also we have different hash table, hash map, linked hash map, concurrent hash map, like some thread zip kind of things. When you know what is the like key difference between know the list and map, you will get more idea why when we need to use list and map. So in real time use case also we will mostly prefer list and map in real time cases also. So that's why we are mainly focusing on these two things from collection framework. And in this tutorial, like we are going to get to know what is list, how to create a list object, and similarly map object, how we are going to iterate list and map by using traditional way, like using iterator for each loop kind of. And after that, how to iterate this list and map using the stream API functions. And I'm always suggest to I always suggest you to learn and some get some idea what are these like these four functional interfaces provided by default in Java 8. Like if you have some idea on this, so we will it will easy to us to perform operation using stream API. So I will give you some basic idea what it does do. Predicate, supplier, consumer, and function. These are some of the functional interfaces by default provided by in Java 8. What it does, so whenever it takes an it have different methods. You What is the functional differences? In second, functional interfaces mean it have only one method. When an interface have only one method, then only we call it as a functional interface. Similarly, these are also some popular functional interfaces. There are more functional interfaces, but these are like root. When we get to know what is this four functional remaining all functional interfaces are like similar to that. So these are the main functional interfaces we have to get to know. Like okay, coming to predicate, have a method called test. What it does, it takes an argument, it takes as some input, and it will do some operation, and it returns a boolean, whether it is true or false. It will perform some logic taking the input, and it will return whether it is true or false. In similar way, supply has a function is called get. It won't take any input, but it returns something. That is why it is supplier. And similarly, consumer, it takes some input and it performs some operation, but it won't return anything. So that is consumer. And function is coming to takes an input and it returns an object. It will perform in meanwhile, it will perform also some operations. So you don't need to get to know what is this T and this kind of, these are all the generic type of implementation. T indicates like any type of. That's why it is like the interface, like the interface will accept a T too. That's why the function is called T dot T. These are called some in future classes we will get to know what is generic. So we will you will know what is this T and some E R kind of things. For now we are mainly focusing on this iteration part, and we are going to iterate with the traditional approach and stream API. And what are this if you have some we have some idea on this functional interfaces, it's very easy to perform the operations on our list and map. Okay, let's start. Okay, okay, before getting into the video, just I created an employee object. This is my employee simple Pojo class. Like, it have three fields like name, ID, salary. These are the three fields, and it have two constructors. Like one is a default constructor and one with the argument constructor, which is loaded with fully arguments. That's why I created. These are like normal getter setters, and I just override the toString method. You hope you know this toString method is come from object class. I'm just overrided the every class by default extends with the object class. That's why we are overrided the toString methods. Okay, this is a simple Pojo class. You can see, and you can generate this getter setter by using this generate button also. It is very easy. Okay, let's do the main operation. Our main operation is just create the array list object. Create array list object and iterate through traditional way. Okay, first we have to create the object. Like, let's create an object like list. Creating for no list 1 is equal to new array list. Okay, now I want to add elements like add, create. Let's create name like Harry, like one, like 2000 something. Salary for now is for just copy pasting, no need to type multiple times, it takes a lot of time. Okay, these are all the we have created an object for the list, and we had added some elements. So what we do is we have to iterate this. So we can use enhanced for each loop, and we have to use list 1, not sub list, just a simple list. Employee dot get name, employee dot id, why do you get salary? Okay. Okay, one before going to iterate, what is this and this we have to get to know. Here the employee, what is it is the data type, what kind of data we are going to iterate. We are going to iterate and type called employee type. It is our custom data type, that's why we have to mention the data type. So this is our custom type in employee. We are going, it is the instance of that particular employee object. This is our list object, we are going to iterate. This is the data type and it is an instant. This is our list object, we have to go into iterate. This is we have to get to know before iterating. Okay, this is the like all the data is loaded, like we got the list and we iterated successfully. Okay, now what is we are going to do now? Now achieve the same functionality by using another list, by using another kind of iteration thing. For now we are using uh, list one iterator. Iterator is something where we can traverse our elements one by one and get the result. It is provided by Java itself. Okay, just like for loop. So it's here we have to specify iterator here itself. It's indicator of generic type, so we have to specify what we are going to iterate. Employee, and it is called anything we can specify for now, iterator. And we can use while loop. What, right, iterator dot has next, iterator dot next y dot e1 is equal to, simply we can e1 dot get name comma e2, make it e1 dot get salary, and similarly we can e1 dot salary name get dot id. Yes. Okay, let's see what is like this iterator, what it is going to do. See, after creating some instance of the iterator, what we are using the while loop, just like the it is like a loop provided by the Java itself. Inside we have created the itr dot has next. Has next is a method in iterator. What it does, it returns the boolean whenever it is true, go to the next time. And one more thing, whenever we here has next returning the boolean and next returning the type element, it will return any type of elements. When we take an employee, it will return an employee. When we take the person object, it will return the person object. What it is, it performing some operations, but it is not taking any argument. It is some sort of thing here. It is not a functional interface, but I just want to let you know what is it not taking invert, it not taking anything. It performs some operation and return some result, some kind of thing here it is happening, but it is not a function interface. Just I'm just to let you know what is going on here. So it is something under iterator. These are the two methods under the iterator. So has next is a method. It what it does, it returns a boolean return type, whether it is true or false. When it is true, it will go to the next thing, next perform something. That's why we have used the has next. When it is true, it will go to this next method. That's why we are using one by one this. After using the next method, it will just return the what is the next element. It will return what we are going to give. It will give the next element whenever it is true. That is going to happen here. That's why we have given like iterator while condition whenever it is true, and go to the next, and it will give some employee object. For now we are giving employee object. It will give here whenever you see T, E, R, like these are the some of the root elements that are provided in Java in generics version. When we discuss about the generics, you will get to know uh, what is this E and element E, T, get to know very soonly. For now you will understand the next will return something. So that's here it is returning as employee object. From that employee object we are printing the data. So for now I'm commenting out here. Okay, we achieved with the same result. We achieved the same result here. Hari, salary and ID, we are achieved the same result. If you want to know only, I don't want all the data, I want only like in this way, like only name also, you can achieve like this. If you want only name, you will get only the name data, name of that particular employee, not all the data. This way also we can achieve. In this way also we can provide, nothing will happen, it just return the data. See, it return the data. Don't think about what is this employee, where this curly braces and all this came from. So this all this wait, yes, all this data came from our employee here. We can give our own custom toasting method also. For now I'm using this overhead method itself. Employee name ID, so that is came from here, don't need to confuse much about it. Okay, okay, like that we are going to iteration. We will go to iterate one for loop, simple for loop. Okay, for now we are going to copy this one, comment out this one. Next let's use simple for loop also. Okay, okay, let's start with index I is equal to 0. After I is equal to 0, it should print up to list1 dot size comma I plus 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 plus. Okay, system dot out dot println, we are list1 dot we cannot traverse elements directly, we have to retrieve the elements in list using index space only. That's why we are using the index space I. Okay, there is a small logic behind it, I will tell in this loop. I will slowly. Okay, now we after okay, now the data is picking from for loop only. Okay, we achieved the same result. Okay, okay, what I will do, let's do something called like this. Okay, let's see what is going to happen. Yes, here something is going wrong. Here we got the result, we achieved what are the expecting, we have got the result, but what happened, we got some exception called index out of bounds exception. So what happens is, whenever the I becomes 6, there is no sixth element. So when we see here 1 2 3 4 5 6, so you can ask me why there is a 6 elements, it have to retrieve the 6 elements, why it is throwing the array index of one exception. It is because of just assume that list is something, here only you will get to know we are getting the data in the index based, where that the data is stored in the like from index starts from the 0, from the 0 element only the index element 1 is stored. So index 0 1 2 3 4 5, there is no sixth element. When we are trying to achieve the sixth element, when going to print out this, there is no sixth element, why we are going to access, that's why it's going to the array, it's giving our array index of bound exception. So here you have to, so whenever it is like this, the expression should be changed like this, -1. Now it won't change the, now it will not give the any exceptions. When in our future tutorials we will discuss about some sorting like bubble sort and quick sort. At that time you will get to know what is exactly happening. For now you have to understand that index will start from 0 and the length will starts from 1. Okay, yeah, the size and length are like similar kind of, so that's why I'm saying like you have to plan bluntly understand that index will starts from 0 and length will starts from 1. Okay, these are all the some of the traditional ways where we have to approach where we iterate the data. Okay, for now what I'm doing, so compared to truly this for loop, this enhanced for loop is a little better, so it is very convenient. So it is also, you can preferable if you don't need to perform any external operation like it. It is also very preferable compared to this. Okay, now what I will do, okay, now I will uncomment this, I will comment out this one. Okay, okay, now what we do, let's write some conditions. What my condition is, I want to print the employees object who are like greater than this particular amount of salary, who are greater than, like if my salary is 4,000, is the employees who are less than 4,000 rupees will have to print the data, and or else if the employees are who are greater than 4,000 days, we have to retrieve the data. That's how I'm going to write the conditions. Okay, here, okay, yes, in this we are writing the object, this one employee dot get salary should be greater than 4,000. The employees are who are greater than 4,000 like 4,000 rupees of salary. I want to print the those people data only, not all the data. We can write the conditions like this. Yeah, Ravi, Ramesh, Arun have the data like 99,800 and 6,780 and 4,560, like this. Remaining all like or less, not like below the 4,000, like 2,000. Hari is not printed, like Chandu is not printed, and Salish is also not printed. Like that we are going to the validate the, we are writing some condition and getting the data based on our business logic. This is also something called some kind of validations also, you can think. It is not don't think that kind of Spring entity and Hibernate validations. It is also some kind of validating the data, and data where we are retrieving the employees who are retrieving the data who are 4,000. Like sometimes in when we are in real time, the names itself will confuse us, you know. To data validation is also something like this kind of. Okay, okay, in another use case should be not be not null kind of way, but this is how we going to validate and validate the data and getting the result, required result. In this way we write some condition and get the our what are the result that we want to achieve, we will get in this way. Okay, okay, now what we are going to do now, now we do the same thing by using stream API. Okay, now what I will do the, now I will, so let's first I will using the stream API. Let's print this. After this printing we will perform some terminal or intermediate operations. Okay, let's stream the objects. After stream we are not doing anything for now. We are just want to print that data, not doing anything much. Okay, one thing you have here, it is highlighted, just the consumer. See, just consumer, what is does do. See, it is also some of the consumer. Here it is void. It will take some argument, but it won't return anything. Just think, it will not print, is not returning anything. It will just perform, it will take the input, it will perform some operation, it not printing this. But see, whenever we are working with the stream API, these are like very common. We have to get to know knowledge on this. I'm giving some argument, I'm not doing anything, just printing the data. Like we can print something like get name first, e dot get id, and e dot get salary. Okay, this is also not anything. We are using stream API. Just for our convenience, we will write stream API. Okay, this for our own convenience. Just okay. We achieved our desired output by using the stream API also. If I want to, like just like earlier, we have some condition called like employee dot get salary. Whatever the employee dot get salary, this condition where we can achieve through while loop and for like our traditional for loop also. Okay, but how we are going to do that by using the stream API? Let's see here, like this one dot, like similarly stream dot, there is something called filter. See, filter, what is taking, it is it will take something called a functional interface called predicate. You don't need what is this question mark super employee. When we start about our generics, you will get to know what is this question mark called. It is any type that indicates super class means super class. It should be extended with super, that's kind of thing it is explaining here. Slowly, for now you have to just to see what this is taking, something called predicate functional interface. You just need to see what is predicate here. Yeah, here it is predicate. It takes some as an input, and it will perform some operation. After performing some operation, it will return the type called boolean, whether it is true or false. It will return, it will return the boolean type of data it will return. Okay, now let's perform this. Okay, what I want, we need to achieve employee, like something called employee dot get salary should be greater than 4,000 dot, and then we want to, after filtering, we are just iterating, not doing anything much. After, okay, we are not collecting any data, just iterating who are 4,000. After that, we are just iterating the printing the data. Okay, let's, okay, Control S, run. See, let's, this is from stream API, right? Similarly, let's take this one also. Let's print this as system dot out dot println, and here is content traditional way. This is our traditional way. Okay, Yes, control S and run. See, we got Ravi, Ramesh, Arun. Whatever we achieved in the traditional approach, in the same thing we are approached in thing we achieved in the stream APIs also. Okay, we can do much more operation by using the stream API also. It is way better than our traditional approach. Okay, you don't need to perform separately everything is doing in the line of coding, the single line of code. Also we are going to perform all the operations, like we have something called intermediate operations and terminal operations. By using all these things we can perform lot of operation. We don't need to write for conditional check. We are using it for iteration, for loop, etc. All these things by we can achieve by stream API also, because it is like very popular after Java 8. Okay, now we will okay, we achieved some data by using the stream API. What we does in real time scenarios, okay, before that what we have to do, we have to iterate with traditional approach. Okay, we have created the array list, and by using the iteration with the traditional approach for loop iterator we did it. By using the stream API also we have iterated the data. Okay, now let's create a map. Let's create a map. Okay, map, I tell the map is like a key value pair. Let's create a map a key and value pair. So let's create, we want to put, I want to keep before map I want to tell one thing. It is always recommended to make a key should be unique in employee object. What it does, whenever what kind of data we are going to add it to the map, the key should be unique. It should not be duplicate. Whenever we take an employee object and or any person object or any data, any type of object that we are performing in real time data, the key should always be unique modifier from that particular object. Here what I'm doing, what in my case, my keys are very unique. This key is unique. 3 is assigned to Sailesh though, so 3 is not going to assign to any other object to the any other object to this in any employee class. So the unique field, we unique variable, we have to make it as a key, and Sailesh will be duplicates. There will be different type of Sailesh, but what we are assigning the key should be what we allocated the key should be Sailesh, should be unique. It should not allocated to any other person in that employee object. It is always recommended to the key should be very unique. So for now I'm taking like here integer, okay, and employee. Okay, one more thing, here I'm not writing int and some kind of double. Whatever we have to write in the generics, it should be mentioned with the wrapper class also. The generics it won't support the primitive data. Whenever I'll get the int, it will give the some compilation error. So it is always recommended to give the wrapper classes only, because it not support the primitive data types. Okay, there is a logic behind that. When we start the generics class, you will know why we are using wrapper classes inside the generics. Okay, for now you have to understand, this is our whenever we're declaring, we have to give the wrapper classes only if there is primitive data. Whether it is our custom data type, that is fine. Okay, it is key value pair, that's why we are giving the key and value. Whenever it is only the single element we have to give, right? That's why we are giving only the employee class. When you know what is list, it should be similar to linked list, and the remaining like we have has set, right? Has set, linked, has set, these are all like something or like similar, because map only like key value pair. Remain this all, apart from some minor differences, this will all will be in same thing. This will be some key value pair. That's why I'm mainly focusing on list and map. Okay, okay, now create a project. employee, I will take as an employee map. Okay, let's create an object. Okay, employee map dot put what add method do in the list method. In the same functionality we can achieve by put method in hash map, but different it will store some index bind up. It will retrieve the data by some key value. The internal logic will be different for both of them, but you have to understand that what we does by adding the elements we are using add method. In similar way for a map we are adding method we are achieving by put method. That you have to know. That's it, nothing much. New okay, one thing what happened here, I have to mention the what is key. So then okay, let's take it as 1 comma, then we have to create an employee object. It's like for easy purpose, understanding purpose, like I'm taking Spider-Man like 1 and should be 0 like this. I'm going to take the data. Then okay, similarly let's make it this as Ironman. We should follow some camel case. Here I am not following anything, just to Aquaman and Captain America and something called Superman. Okay, this is my map object, this is my list object. Okay, let's make this should be 66 77 36 99. It's like 6 different type of data. Okay, let's make this as unique queue. $36.99. The key always should be unique. That's why I'm taking the okay. Okay, here what I'm doing for now, I'm commenting out everything. Control shift forward slash for comment out this part. I'm using like that. Okay, if I want to access any particular element, if I want to get the data of Ramesh, for example Ramesh, here I can see the list data. So with my idea 0 1 2 3. So if I want to print the data of Ramesh, 0 1 2 3. So 3 is there is Ramesh. Okay, system dot out dot println this one dot get 3, right? Yeah, it will give the Ramesh object data. Yeah, we got the only Ramesh object data. So this is like, this is not printing, not giving any data. That's why giving stream API and traditional API. Okay, just look at this. It giving the Ramesh data employee object. Now for now, here, the list, it is just be like just in front of your eyes. That's why you can see the Ramesh is at the index position of 3. That's why you are able to, using the by index position, you are able to retrieve the, by his index position, you are able to retrieve the Ramesh. What in this case, if in real time we will use something called find all functions. When you raise the find all function, it will give the list of the data, but you don't know where exactly Ramesh is located. At that time, you have to write some target Ramesh, and you have to iterate whenever you have to write some give the data is equal request. When the employee is equal to Ramesh, we have to print the data of the Ramesh. So it is little bit tricky when you don't know where Ramesh is actually located. When you write that, when we working in real-time functions, so it is little tricky. You want, when you want to retrieve the exact object. If I want to in similar way, here if I want to like employee map dot get, if I know this key, whenever in real time we will know the key, right? So whenever I know the key, I can find that particular person, and whenever I give here 36, it will just print the data of that, who is that 36 printed data, who is that, whenever we will see, what is 36? 36 is Aquaman. That's why it printed. Whenever we know, we can make string is also, when we make a string, we can make if you think that names are unique in this, in your business logic, whenever you are performing something, at that time you can perform by key or by the name also. But what we have to understand is, when we want to retrieve the data from list, we have to give the index if you want to retrieve the particular employee. So index based, comparatively, in our list, in our map, we are giving the data of that particular employee object. This that is also is a part of this employee object. This outcome is a part of this employee object. That's why when we give some field of that particular employee, it will giving the data of that whole employee object. So comparatively, this is not like that. This is completely like, we have like boxes like array, we have to, but in that box we have to, by index base, we have to retrieve the data. So you will get to know what is exactly difference between, by using a key we will directly retrieve the data. Here, when we don't know where that particular employee is located, at the time we have to run our for loop and do some conditional check and get the data. Compared to that, so it is already, it is little preferred when we are preferred map over list. So this is the key difference that we have to know, what is the difference between and like map and list. For retrieving purpose, you can by use some, you can retrieve by same thing. There is not much difference. Retrieving a map. Okay, what it is, employee map dot there is complete there different methods in like map, where the something method called entry set. Entry set is a method, it will gives all the keys and all the values. Okay, now what we do, map dot entry, we have to, what are our data types we have to mention here, which data types we are going to data iterate here. Maps for now with this like this. Okay, here you have to understand what is this map dot entry. It giving an error. The map dot entry self, it returns the data dot this entry set method itself gives the map dot entry dot key value pair. See, this itself, it is written in the map dot entry method, so that's why it is, we are mentioned, one second, map dot entry. Okay, one more thing you have to understand, what is this map dot entry. Map is an interface. Inside that map interface we have sub interface is called entry. For traveling, like for iterating and simply purpose, they have inside a wait, where interest is also methods. You see, and these are like, I'm directly saying where it is at the top. Inside map interface, these are all the methods, like int, is, empty, contains key, these are all the methods. Okay, and inside that we have a method called key set null set also. Yeah, we have nested interface, that is called entry. This is just to traversing the elements also, they have iterated. We can in our future tutorials we will implement our own array list and own hash map. At that time we will get to know why this is nested interface is present inside the map, we will get to know. For now, iterating purpose, we have given this kind of syntax, we have to understand this one. Okay, this is something like you can understand, like whenever we call whenever the methods are static, means we will directly calling by the class names, right? You can understand the similar way, map dot entry we will call directly call by the interface dot map dot entry. Okay, in this way, system dot out dot println. Now maps dot, we have methods that just to print the all the keys, all the maps dot get value. Okay, see here. Okay, here look at this, from here to here we got the keys 166 99 36 6 7. Here it is, like this we have performed. Okay, we got keys and their respective values. I hope you know why this employee this curly braces came from. This came from our object our Pojo class, where we override our two strings. These are the keys, this is the employee object. Okay, these keys are also the part of this employee objects. Okay, why we taken this as an keys means, because every key it is always recommended to, the key should be unique, and it is always from the particular object only, then only it is very convenient to access the data of that particular object, whether it is any object, employee object, personal, any object that you are going to work on real time. Okay, if you got confused, suppose if you got confused this what this map dot entry dot integer, if you got confused, means this with this kind of syntax. There is also some methods in map itself, where you can print all these things, system dot out dot println, and employee map dot it will directly key set, where it will uh, print all the keys, and something called, wait, we have something called employee maps dot values. Yes, yeah, we will also do the same thing. We have to see we can achieve the same thing by here itself. I'm just comment out this 36 and I comment out this 3 here. Yes, now we can achieve this. Okay, there is nothing data under stream and tradition, that's why just printing the data. See here you can get the get the keys, and after that we are getting the data. It is just printed this whole line. See, just printed the data. First it is in linear way. You can see this is all the keys and this is all the values. Okay, directly printed that. When you can iterate also, you can do different iterations also if you want. Okay, for what we want to achieve. Okay, now perform some stream API operations. Okay, so we'll get to understand what okay, what we are going to achieve now. Okay, in real-time scenarios, what we have to do, we have to convert list to map and map to list, vice versa. So how we are going to achieve by using stream API, we are going to see here stream API using stream API. Converting map to list and list to map. Okay, hope you got this one. Okay, okay, first I will perform operation on this list. So how we are going to convert this list into map, we will see. Okay, list one, it is very simple approach. Okay, entry set stream dot, and we have to do some operation. Collect, inside collect we have, okay, we have something called map. It is by default it is taking something called function. You don't need to don't get confused of what is this super dot the question mark extends key mapper. You don't need to get confused, just see it is taking something functional interface called function. So you have to check what is function. See, function, it is like a function interface. You don't need to look at out what it is or for now. Just see what it is. Take some input and it will perform some operation and it will return something. That is how it works. Okay, hope you got understand what is exactly why it is taking, and t comma or in our upcoming genetics classes we will get to know why it is accepting two type of generic kind of types, where we can call this also different types. So for now we have to focus on this. There is something called method. It will take an argument and it will perform some operation and it will returning something called R type, that you have to understand. Okay, it will take something and it will perform some operation, it will return something. That is what it is going to do. So we have to map, it's taking the function. Inside the function we have to employee dot get id comma function dot identity. Okay, after function get id, right? Okay, map integer comma employee object. Okay, employee. Okay, Okay. Okay, here what happening is I'm just after using this list object, I'm using the stream. The stream is a method where by using the stream we can by using the stream only we can do a lot of operations like terminal and some intermediate operation. In this we have used something called collect. Collect is a method where we are collecting to the map our data collecting to the map. Here what I'm making in that map object, I want to make the id as my key and remaining as my value. uh, you said that what is this function dot identity. Just when we go to the function dot identity, it will just say returns a function that always returns it as input. Whatever the input we have given, it will give the same output, it will return the same output. That is the same thing happening here. It return a function that always returns its input argument. That always returns its input argument. That's what it is going to return here. When you see here, where is our main class? This is right. See, we are giving our employee object. That's why the remaining all object is this indicates that our employee object, that will this whole employee object is our value. That's why we are giving the integer comma uh, employee object in our generic style. So we can simply print it for our, simply print for now our dot println employee. Okay, let's see what my uncommented everything. Yeah, just uncomment this one. So it gave the all the data like employee 1, employee like employee 3, or you can perform like this one also, like get c dot get values. See, we got keys and values. If we can use some for each also for printing. After, or like for each we can do something called our traditional approach. Okay, we got employee, right? We got employee dot, we can have to go to entry set dot stream dot, we can use it, just we are just iterating the data, not doing anything, but just I want to print it. So we can take something in argument. It is the for each will take consumer, it will it takes some argument, it performs some operation, but it won't return anything. Okay, it takes some input and performs some operation, but it won't return anything, it just returns a void. So just you need to understand what is this supplier and all these things doing. Okay, let's see what we are doing to system dot out dot println println e dot get key comma get value. Just see here, I'm just comment outing number one. Okay, you got it right. We achieved the same result. We achieve the same result in this way. For example, okay, my battery running low. Before it running out, okay, let's convert. Okay, let's convert what it, here our we converted our list to map, right? In similar way we convert our map to list. Okay, dot okay, reset stream dot can perform simply map in the it takes in a function, it takes some input, it performs some operation, it will return some output. That is like usual syntax of function. First, for that we have to give e dot get value. Okay, after that we just collecting the data, not doing, just collecting to the data of list. And what kind of data it would be? Only employee kind of list, right? So that's employee emp1 is equal to, okay, in this way you can, I'm just using, okay, this emp1 also we can iterate by using stream also, dot stream dot for each e comma. We can use some method reference also if you want, like this kind of we can do. You can do something, it will do the same thing. Let's see what it does. So it will came, all the data came into single format. Okay, now we run this. We got employee object where we converted everything into the list format. From employee object to we converted into list. In this way we can achieve it. In future tutorials we will see different type of sortings also, different terminal and terminal operations as well. For this tutorial, thank you for watching this video. Thank you guys. Please kindly watch this video in 1080p resolution, that would be get more clarity. Thank you.